Okay. Let me go ahead and give you the technical support number for MyLabs Plus. I don't have it memorized, so I have to pull it up. I'll give y'all talk in just a few minutes. There it is. 1888 y'all are supposed to be writing this down. The first person that's going to ask me these questions are the ones that's not writing it down. So for the 2 or 3 people that's not writing it down, get with the program. MyLabs Plus, technical support. And that is 1-888-883-1299. Now that's for any problems you have with technical support. Now let me tell you what that means. That means if you can't get into MyLabs Plus when you're at home, if your computer blows up when you're at home on MyLabs Plus, then you need to call and find out why your computer at home is messing up with MyLabs Plus. You do not call Hubert because I have no idea what kind of computer you have, and I don't know the logistics of fixing and, configuring your computer to use MyLabs Plus. That's what technical support is for. Okay? Those are the 3 numbers that you need to have. And you need to write them down, and you need to have them predominantly in your notebook so you do not come up to me and ask me something I've already told you. Now, let's talk about that. I do not mind answering questions. All right, everybody with me? I don't mind answering questions, but I loathe repeating myself. Okay? I despise repeating myself. So if you ask me a question that I've already covered, you will not get a reply from me. It's that simple. So that's why you have to write this stuff down. You have to print out the handouts, and you have to, what's that word? Read. Yeah, thank you. You have to read them. Yeah. Okay. Now, a lot of you catch up on my sarcasm. That's a good thing. You got a sense of humor. But there are some people that go to this school that are dumb as rocks. Okay? I'm really serious. Now, you can say you're offended. I don't care. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about past students. Okay? They will ask me questions that are on the handouts, and I will not answer them. And they get mad at me, and they call the department head. My department head says, "Did you read the handouts?" And they say no. And then she said, "Well, there's your answer." For some reason, there is this, in the last 5 or 6 years, I've noticed this. I've been teaching up here for 20 years, but there is this air that students don't have to read anything, they just ask. Okay? That's not going to work in this class. Okay? If you don't read, then you're going to get no responses from me. All right? Now, I don't mind answering knowledgeable questions that come from, I don't understand this. Yes, I don't mind answering those questions all day. But when you ask me 3 times throughout the semester when the final exam is, I'm not going to reply to that because I go over that today. Now, we do have a new schedule here at the Anderson campus, and I don't know about the Easley and the Oconee campus, but now we have to go to class on Friday here at the Anderson campus, so that sucks. So now that Monday and Wednesday class here at Anderson is now gone from an hour and a half to an hour, so we basically have 50 minutes to teach. So we're going to have to make the best of it, and I've got to get used to it. And there's for here, we used to have Monday and Wednesday at 9 to 10:35 or whatever. But of course, Pendleton campus had a little fit, and we had to change because Pendleton campus, sun revolves around the Pendleton campus. So we had to change. So now the Anderson campus, I don't know if the Pendleton, the Easley or the Oconee campus had the same thing, but I know we had to change. So instead of having an hour and a half for class, we only have 50 minutes, basically. So that's, this is coming from a college that believes innovative teaching is using posters. I had to attend a conference or workshop last semester, and it was on innovative teaching, and their outlook on innovative teaching is using posters in the classroom. When's the last time you used a poster? Anybody want to take a guess at it? I'm sorry, what?
Middle school.
Middle school, yes. Innovative teaching at Tri-County Tech is using posters in the classroom. Some of y'all may get that, but I got up and walked out. So anyway, the whole precept is 50 minutes is better than an hour and a half. And teaching on Friday is better than not teaching on Friday. Pendleton campus. Posters. Anyway, anybody got a question about contact info? I'm going to give you some more contact info in just a minute. That's the handouts that I sent you that you were supposed to print out and read, which some of y'all did. Okay? All right, so let's go to the handouts. Let's go to the first handout, and that is a little bit about me. And the reason I do that is not because I'm blowing my own horn, but I feel like it's important to have a very, very, very comfortable learning environment. Have you all ever been in a classroom where you couldn't stand to go to the class? Either because you didn't know the material, or the teacher was a jerk, or there was a jerk in the class, or whatever. Now, I may come off as a jerk the first day of class, but that's to get rid of the jerks that are in the class, okay? I'm usually, you can go to my Rate My Professor, I hope, and I pray that it doesn't incriminate me, but I hope it does. From what I hear, I will not look at it. From what I hear, it's actually say I'm fair and I'm a pretty good teacher and blah, 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 but I'm not a jerk. So I hope that's true. If it is, check it out, but don't tell me because I won't listen. I'll stick my fingers in my ears. Okay, 103. There it is right there. That's what I sent to you. I think it was Sunday. I sent it at 7:06, 7:05, and 7:04. Or 7:06, where's the other 103s? There they are. 6:52, and there's another one in there too. 6:52, where's the other 103? Should be another one in there. I don't know why it doesn't have it, but anyway, there's 3 of them in there. And it's got the handouts with it. I'll have to look. There's one that looks like it's missing, but I may have called it 130 accidentally because I sometimes transpose the 130 and the 103. Yeah, that's what I did. There's 5 130s. It's supposed to be one of those is 103. But anyway, there's forwarding TC email to your phone. That's how you sync your phone with your TC email. Or you can use that old adage back in 2001, I don't check my email. You'll get fired over that now. But anyway, that was, I don't know, 15 years ago. You can still play with that if you want to, but a lot of people will just look at you like you're a nut. Okay? So that's that. Here's mine. And this just goes over the information that I just gave you. So all this information that I'm going over, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a question. Where's your office? What's your number? What's your email address? I'll look at you like you're a nut because I've already gone over it. And plus you already have it in your handouts. Okay, so if you want to look at that, there it is. Born and bred in Anderson. Lived here all my life. Done my thing through the Marine Corps. The United States is the greatest place on the earth because everywhere else sucks. And if you don't believe me, go in the military, Peace Corps, Red Cross, go into these other countries. You'll find out how the United States is. At least you ain't paying $10 a gallon of gas like in France. Anyway, I'm very vocal about my country. I'm very patriotic about my country. So if you don't like the country, leave. There's my information. There's how old I am. Yes, I'm old and I'm cantankerous. Born in West LA. For those of you who don't know what West LA is, that's Western Lower Anderson. Lower Anderson is South Fant, all that area down there to dang old 81 South, and then 81 South over, you got West Anderson, which is out there where Lake Hartwell is. All right? If you're not from that area, then you have no idea what West Lower Anderson is, but that's what it is, West LA. Anyway, I went to Varennes, went to West Side, went to Marine Corps, attended Tri-County Tech, and graduated from Tri-County Tech as well as Clemson. Okay, you've got to say Clemson. You can't say Clemson because you're a Southern racist redneck if you say Clemson because you put a P in it. So you have to say Clemson like those perfect analyzers on TV. They won't say Clemson because that turns them into a Southern redneck. So you have to say Clemson. So I graduated from Clemson with several degrees, and I'm not going to go into that. But the reason I'm giving you this is because of not only the contact information, but I think it's very important that you know about your instructor. There is nothing worse than a student walking out this door the first day of class and go down the hall and somebody says, "Oh, you got math? Who you got?" "I don't know." That's sad. Okay? Now, there are brain dead individuals. I do realize that. Okay? There are drug heads and brain dead people. I do realize that. But when a whole class walks out of a classroom and says they don't know their teacher, that's sad. That's the teacher's fault, not the deadhead's fault. That's the teacher's fault. So I make sure that my students know that. So this has been emailed to you, so you can't use the excuse, "I didn't get it, I didn't get the email, blah, 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 blah. I sent it to everybody yesterday." Okay? And I got a list of those email addresses. So if you want to try to use that, you can, but unless you add it this morning, you got that email. Okay? So has anybody added this morning? I know you might have, one of you two, because y'all not on the roll. Somebody added late here.
I think I added, it was like...
Miss Porter. Which one's Miss Porter?
That's me.
Okay, then you must have added late.
Right. She emailed it to me, but I didn't get the email.
Okay, so you might not have gotten the email. Okay, so you're the only excuse. How about Oconee? I think you got the email. Easley campus, did anybody add like yesterday or this morning? Okay.
Yeah, I got the email.
Okay, good. Easley, did y'all get the email? Okay, y'all have to interact. It goes both ways, Easley. We're not going to start that.
I got the email.
Good. So that means it did reach the Easley campus. That's good. All right. So that's that information. So print it out. The only reason I want you to print this out is for this information right here, and that's the highlighted. It tells you how to get to my office if you would ever have to, but you don't have to easily. And Oconee, you can Skype my office. You can Skype me at home. I don't care. If you got a question, you Skype me, or you send it in for the next class, and I'll show you how to do that. So that's the information on me. Next information. Let's see, courtesies. Oh, I hate having a 50-minute class. This sucks. Number one rule, I treat students the way I want to be treated. That's it. And I've been using that rule for 20 plus years, and it's worked out really well. But if you treat me with disrespect, I'm going to treat you with disrespect. All right? I am a very firm believer. You dish out, you get what you dish out. I'm very firm. I believe that if you kill somebody, you should have a bullet between the eyes. I believe if you rape somebody, then you need to have that same punishment. All right? I'm very, very reciprocal. So if you treat me good, I'm going to treat you good. Simple as that. I do not have laptops. I can't have laptops in here anymore. So if you got a laptop, I'm not picking on anybody, and there's one right there. The first couple of days is okay, but when I start teaching math, the laptops go away. The reason? The old adage, there's always one. What does that mean? There's always one person that what? Screws it up. All right? And thinks that the teacher is an idiot and insults the teacher's intelligence and watches movies at the Oconee campus or the Easley campus because we're having a polycom class. They don't think I've got people up there that says, "Hey, that guy's watching a movie." And it's usually a guy because guys know everything. All right? So don't do it. Only thing you need to bring to this class, you can have your laptop before class. you can have your laptop after my class. But as soon as I start teaching math, as soon as I start teaching in a mathematical sense, the laptops are closed or they're put away. Same thing with your phones because of the one stupid people, the one stupid person rule. All right? So because of that one person, last semester I had to go to this, and this semester I'm going to have to go to it. Now, you don't have to get rid of your Oconee. You don't have to get rid of it right now. I mean, just the first 2 days I'll allow them because you're doing stuff, you're looking at the handouts because you didn't print them out, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. After the first 2 days, probably Friday, I will probably start teaching. Okay? So that's when you need to leave them in your book bag or leave them on the floor or have them closed on the desk in front of you. Okay? I don't like that. I'm very technological. But when somebody takes advantage of me, I'm going to, send that out to the whole class. All right? So you can thank the stupid people for that. Cell phones. I have a cell phone. It goes off. It's very hypocritical for a teacher to say, you can't have cell phones in my classroom when they got one in their back pocket. All right? So I'm very non-hypocritical there. My phone will go off. Your phone will go off. It's no big deal. It's not going to end the world from revolving. I don't care about these. The only thing is, while I'm teaching, you shouldn't be playing on them. While I'm teaching, they should not be in front of you. While I'm teaching, if you have to answer a text, if you have to answer a phone call, everybody's got daycare, everybody's got problems outside of school, okay? Answer it in the hallway. Text in the hallway. If you've got an emergency that you have to attend, I've got a mother, I've got a son, I've got a daughter. If they send me a text and it's an emergency, I will say, excuse me, and I will walk out in the hallway and I will call them or I will text them. Okay? I ask the same for you. Now, a lot of people say, well, why is it a big deal? Well, what if you came up to me and asked me a question after class about homework? And during the time you asked me a question, I started texting while you were talking to me. What is that considered? I'm sorry, what? Rude. What's the difference in me texting while you're talking to me and you're texting while I'm talking to you? What's the difference? Treat you the way I want to be treated. I treat everybody the way I want to be treated. So I make a mental note, and whenever you come and ask me a question, or if you ask me a question during class, I'm going to purposely play on my phone while you're asking me a question and let you see how it feels. Okay? Make sure this is not an online class. This is and when I say online class, you do all the homework and tests in your what? In your own time on your computer. Now, I've had several teachers try to get me to do in-class tests, and I'm just not doing them. Okay, I've been here for 20 plus years. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And just because there's teachers on campus that, run around like a T-Rex with short arms and believe that you have to write in paper and pencil to pass a class, I don't believe that. You've been spending 12 to 18 years of your life writing on paper. I don't think you're going to forget how to write on paper in the first year or the first semester you're here at college, at Tri-County Tech. Okay? So I don't think you're going to forget that. One semester of an online math class is not going to destroy you from writing on paper. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to vent, okay? Where's the other side of Easley? Easley, I can only see one guy. I'm sorry, but nothing against the guy. I'm not saying you're not fine to look at, but I don't want to see just one guy. So somebody on the right side of the room, tap the table or something, please.
Can you see us?
There we go. Thank you very much. I like to see everybody. So everybody sit on the left side of the room Wednesday, okay? I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I don't know how to fix these cameras to where I wish it would just stay like that so I could see the whole thing, but sometimes that doesn't work. And I don't know why it turns to the right side, because the right side is not saying anything. So I don't know why it does that. It's a conspiracy and the Russians did everything. All right, attendance policy. Attendance policy is kind of like the poster boards and having to write in class. It's outdated, and you are all adults, and I do not care about fooling with it. I have to do it because About 3 or 4 years ago, no, it was about 6 years ago, the federal government really cramped down on students taking advantage of the financial aid system. You know how many people take advantage of the financial aid system? 1% of 1% of 1%. But the federal government are going to clamp down on that 1% of 1% of 1%. Okay? Some of y'all understand what I'm talking about, but I think we need other things taken care of besides clamping down on somebody that sticks gum under a desk or somebody that swindles $2,000 or $3,000, you know, from 15 colleges. I mean, 1 out of 15 colleges or 1 out of 50 colleges swindles $1,500. Really? We're going to spend a lot of time on that. So our financial aid department decided that we have to take mandatory attendance. Okay? So we're about the only school in the area, I think the only school in South Carolina that does take mandatory attendance, which most of the teachers gaff off and doesn't do it. But I go through and I do. Now, the first couple of weeks I do it on this sheet right here because of financial aid, because people drop and switch and all that. So I do it the first couple of weeks on this. Then after that, I kind of gaff it off. All right? So, but you can attend emergencies. Okay, let's say that, who we got up there, the second on the left over there, the second on my left, second on the right over there, and easily. What's your name? Yes.
Taylor.
No, right there on the left with the cup.
Oh, Alyssa.
Alyssa. What's your last name, Alyssa?
Riddle.
Let's say Miss Riddle is in jail. Okay? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Miss Riddle is having to take care of somebody at home. Okay? And this person is sick and can't move or can't get out of bed because they threw up or whatever, or back's out or broken leg or whatever the case may be. And Miss Riddle cannot come to class. Then she needs to get Skype for Business. It's a free download, which half of you probably don't even know because Tri-County Tech doesn't tell you. And she can Skype into the class. All right? There are instructions on the handout that says Skype for Business. All right? Does everybody realize that there is a difference between Skype and Skype for Business? Does everybody understand that? So just get Skype out of your head, even though I say Skype. Skype is for something else. All right? Skype for Business is a free download along with Word, Excel, Publisher, and I'll show you that handout that shows you how to get it, okay? But Miss Riddle can Skype in because she can't get to the campus. And I will treat that as an attendance, okay? But you only need to use that in case of what? Emergencies, okay? You do it over 3 times in a row, I'm going to say something to you and say, what's up? Okay? Now, there are conditions, work conditions, to where a student has to work first shift, and it's only for 2 weeks, and then I'll work with you on that. You can Skype in or whatever, and then go to work, and then, you know, I'll work with you on that. But, and long illnesses, which I will have to have an excuse for. But other than that, you can Skype in, okay? Emergencies. Come to class and have to leave, I will count that as attendance. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I really don't like Miss Riddle, and she's got 2.5, she's got 2 absences. She gets 1 more, I can drop her. I don't sit at home. I have a life, okay? I have a farm to take care of. I have cows. I have pigs. I do not sit at home and say, well, let's see, Miss Porter, I don't like her either, so she only needs 1 more and I can get rid of her. I don't drop anybody. Everybody write that down. I do not drop anybody. The only people that can drop you are you, your guardians, your parents, your husband, your wife, your significant other, Tri-County Tech, or financial aid. I do not sit at home and say, okay, well, I can drop this person. I don't do it. Please do not have an extended sickness and send me a text or email and say, please don't drop me, because I'm not going to respond because I've already told you I don't drop people. If you decide not to come for the rest of the semester, you'll just get zeros on your test and zeros on your homework, and you'll get a 0 or F for the class, unless you take the initiative to drop. Okay? The only person that can drop is not me. okay? Everybody else can drop you. You can drop you, your parents, significant other, Tri-County Tech, financial aid, the police department can drop you, but I do not drop anybody, okay? And there's some other things I generalize when I speak. I do go on with a bunch of foolishness in class. It kind of makes it makes the class fun, okay? If you don't have a sense of humor, then you need to drop. Typical class, different, fun, comfortable. That's what some of my students have said. I don't like NASA engineers. That's the people that think they know everything. Usually it's not women. It's usually men because they are born with this gene that they think they know everything. So, if you're one of them people that think you know everything and people try to avoid you in the hallway, then you might want to keep your mouth shut, because most of the time if you keep your mouth shut, you won't show what? Your ignorance. So, unless I asked you a question, you can pretty much keep your mouth shut. All right? Excuses and deadheads, that used to be the two, but the last 5 years, it's been these guys. I don't know what the high schools are doing, but they're putting out people that can be the president of General Motors. I mean, they really are putting out people that just know everything. It's just amazing. But they end up at Tri-County Tech instead of MIT. I don't understand that. But, I went to Tri-County Tech, so I can say that. Good thing, I got my 2-year transfer degree, my associate in science, and then I transferred to Clemson. Okay? And that's a good thing. But don't come into Tri-County Tech thinking that you're a dadgum 2100 SAT person, okay? Those people irritate me. Yeah, we understand. You're in basic math. Y'all are not in basic math, but you're in basic math, but you already know the material. If you already knew the material, you wouldn't be in basic math. And I'm not talking about this class. I'm talking about the basic math class. I've had to teach that, and I have students in basic math telling me that they already know the material. Okay, whatever. All right, so that's a little bit about my classes. Let's see what else I got. Let's go with, there's a syllabus. I don't care about the syllabus because all it is a bunch of bureaucracy for Columbia. But there is the most important page in this class that you have to print out and put in your notebook. Everybody write that down. Print out and put in your notebook. And that is the last page.
Facebook comment.
Last page right there. Now, why is this page so important? Well, if you miss a day and I go over 2A and you miss a day, then what did I go over after I went over 2A? It's on the board right there. What's after 2A? Can everybody read that? What's after 2A? 2B. Okay? So that means that if you missed Wednesday, then you look at your outline and say, okay, what did you go over? Not to mention he has videos on YouTube. Duh. I have people email me and text me after they miss a class, and you know what they ask? What'd you go over today? Do I respond? Hell to the no. I will help you. I will bend over backwards helping you with math. I will spend 1.5 hours to 2 hours with you helping you get a concept. But I will not entertain something I've already told you. Okay? Now, let's make a note here. You need to all make a note here. Unit 3 is going to be Unit 1. Unit 4 is going to be Unit 2. And Unit 2 is going to be Unit 3. And then, of course, Unit 1, is, if we ever get there, which I don't even cover half of it because it's useless, is Unit 4. So you need to make that note. Now, if you printed out the handouts like you were supposed to, then you would just mark them off. But have you do that? So you need to change that when you get home and print it out. You need to change those numbers. Now, why do I do this? How many of you ever heard of Math 120? Math 120 teaches probability and statistics. the first 2 units. So that's why I do the first 2 units, so that way students can actually take 103 and 120 together. If you want to take mine, I teach one at 8 and I teach one at 5:45. If you want to take it, you can take them together, and those first 2 units are the same. And that's why I do that. Okay? Then why don't you change it? Because I can't change the syllabi because that would cause too much. Oh, Lord, you just don't understand. It would just cause, oh my gosh, it would just be an act of Congress if I tried to change it in the syllabus. So I changed it on the first day with students. Okay? So statistical reasons, statistics is first and probability is second. Same way in Math 120. All right? So make that change in your syllabus. Print that page out after you change it. Print that page out. Put it in your notebook. Okay? Now let's get to the last handout. I've only got like 7 minutes. Might as well cut these classes down to 30 minutes. Get me some poster boards. All right, innovative teaching, Dinosaur Campus. All right, Dinosaur College. How to access Hubert's videos? Well, you go to YouTube. Okay, here we go. We're going to YouTube. And we're going to type in Hubert McClure. And there's my picture right there. And then you hit library. And then that gives you all of my classes in the last 6 years. I have been video recording my classes. I used to have a little, what do you call them things? Video cam, recorder, whatever. I've been recording my classes and putting them on YouTube for 6 years. I'm the only one on all 4 campuses that does this. There may be 1 or 2 that do it now, but I'm the only one that's ever done this. You know, YouTube's only about, 15 years old. Video camcorders are only about 20 years old. Okay? But I don't use poster boards. Okay? So let's say that you want to go over, well, your class will be called Spring 2018-20 Math 103. Now, if you want to see what I'm going to go over these next 2 days, then where's 103? Let's see. Where's 103? Where's 103? There's one. And then down here, there's one down here. Let's go to this one. Let's look at the first day of class. That's probably this one right here since it's first. And he's going to go over the same stuff, pretty much.
So that way y'all say.
There it is.
Yeah.
Look at there. It's a miracle. Same stuff over and over. I cannot stand to hear myself talk, so we're going to shut that off. I can't stand that. Anyway, so let's say that you want to go over the second day of class. There it is right there. And then, of course, this is third day. Usually by the third day, I start math. Now, you're going to have your own class to look at. But let's say you want to get some extra problems, or you want to go over something that I went over last semester. Then click on that. Turn the volume off. And let's go, and that's going over whatever section that is. Characterizing data, statistics. So what does this take, what excuse does this take away? What did you go over in class? So don't ask me that, because it's right here and it's also on the outline. Okay? Question. All right, go back to the handout. I've got 3 minutes. Skype. There it is. As an instructor, realize things happen, blah, 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 blah. Load Skype for Business. See Skype for Business handout. Well, I don't have it with me. So you have to go to, write this down, to do the portal, you have to go to the Office portal. Type in Office portal. Right here, sign in. That's not the one. Shoot. Hold on. Office 365 portal. That's it. No, that's not it. Where it done changed. Let's see if it's right here. They might have changed it. They might have changed it for. Well, maybe they might have changed the front end. You used to not look like that. Hold on. Let me go back up to here, and let me type in HMCC LURE at tctc.edu. Type in your credentials. Hit next. You would type in blank some letter riddle at tctc.edu and hit next. And you'd say work or school account, and it should take you to TCTC. Yes, whatever. There it is. And hit install. And I bet you, how many of you were told this your first day here? You were by who? Huh? No, has anybody told you this before you came into my class?
No.
Who?
I can't remember who told me, but I'm pretty sure it was like another student.
Wow. Oh, it wasn't from Tri-County Tech.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because we use posters. Okay? So, bring this. Now, Skype is in this. Okay? So, you will have Skype. Seven installations. Phone, laptop, pad, desktop, work, whatever. There's no excuse for you not to be able to have this. It's a free download. All right. That's it, because everybody's going to explode in 1 minute. So I've got to take the roll. Okay, Miss Porter, you're here. What's today? Today is the 7th, right?
Yes, sir.
So Miss Porter is here. And what's your last name?
Cowan.
I'm sorry.
Cowan.
C-O-W-A-N?
Yeah.
Cowans. C-O-W-A-N-S. First name?
Tramisha, Traymesha.
Okay. And you entered today. Okay, Mr. Bargarin? Did I say that
Here.
correct?
It's Bargeron.
Bargeron. Is that for French?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay, well, you're a loser. All right.
Yeah, I know.
That's a joke. It's a joke, okay? I say that a lot, okay? All right, so that's, what's today? 1-7, and he entered. Okay, now for the big Easley campus. I've got 15 people up there. Let's see, 1-7. All right. Anyasador?
Yes.
Did I say that correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Did I say it correct?
Yes. You
Okay,
did.
where is that origin? I would probably say, I don't know, Middle Eastern? Where's that from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria, okay.
Yes.
Well, Middle East, no, that's Nigeria, that's not Middle East, but it's dang old close. All right, at least I got it right. At least I pronounced it right. Okay, Mr. Bowen.
I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Bowen, you need to settle down. You talk too much. Okay, Mr. Foster.
Here.
You too. Settle down. Miss Harvey. Not there. Miss Jordan. Not there. Miss Morgan. And Miss Riddle is there. And I would assume Miss Stewart is right beside you.
No, it's
Huh?
Carr.
Oh, how do you spell it? C-A-R-R?
Yes.
Okay, C-A-R-R. First name?
E-L-L-I-S-I-T-Y.
How do you say that?
Elicity.
That is unique. That's very pretty.
Okay.
And that's, you entered today, and we got 4 people Where's the 4 others up there? I mean, I must have said, oh God, Hubert's teaching, so I'm going to drop. Oh well. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8, so that's good. Probably get some more tomorrow. They may have not been able to come today. Okay, what I want you to do today is I want you, and I know we're 3 minutes over and you're going to self-combust, but I want you to get the handouts printed out, get the MyLabs Plus, get onto that, and there's a sheet on there about getting onto MyLabs Plus, and I want you to get this installed, get the Office installed. Those are the 3 things I want you to do before Wednesday. Anybody got questions? All right, y'all. Yes, ma'am.
The changes you made on the print on the syllabus, the changes you made, I need to get them, the units.
We'll go over that again we'll go over that Wednesday after everybody gets them printed out. But the Unit 3 and Unit 4 is Unit 1 and Unit 2. So cross out 3 and put 1. Cross out 4 and put 2. And then Unit 2, cross out the 2 and put 3. And then that should leave Unit 1 at the top and cross out the 1 and put 4. But we'll go over that and I'll put it on the board for you right quick, just so you'll have it. And those of you that are, just hold on a second, I know, but you're not going to, like I say, you're not going to explode. Let's see, syllabus, and so you'll have it. Editing. Let me go down here, and I'll do it one more time. Unit 1 is Unit 4 because it sucks. And Unit 2 is going to be Unit 3. And then Unit 3 is Unit 1. And the last one is Unit 4. That will be Unit 2. Okay? And I'll leave that on the board there for you. All right. Y'all skedaddle. Have a good day. And I'll see y'all Wednesday. Okay? And you can go to Rate My Professor and hopefully it won't condemn me too much.